Yo, Elliot. So I've got this really strange question from one of our friends who wants to build a thicker waist. Come to the right place, my friend. Basically, he's got what he calls a hourglass type figure. He says that, his upper body and lower body are okay, but the problem is he's got this really thin waist, and he says that he looks frail and feminine, and it doesn't support his overall goal of looking thicker and more masculine. Most guys want smaller waists, but he wants to build some thickness there. And the reason why I say you come to the right place is because I've got a thick fucking waist. And it comes from, of course, genetics plays a big role in both of our physiques. But I can tell you for sure, my waist gets a lot thicker when I'm doing back squats. If you want a big, thick, strong core, you're going to use lots of back squats, front squats, and deadlifts, but namely back squats. There's something about that axial loading that really challenges the stability of your pelvic stability, and the rib cage, and especially if you're not using a belt, your entire abdominal region is really activated, specifically the more superficial muscles, which are gigantic, like your external obliques and rectus abdominis. Those muscles are highly stimulated from the axial loading of the barbell squat, like I said, especially if you're not using a belt. And your waist will grow so thick that there are bodybuilders, namely Vince Gironda, I think of, who don't back squat at all. This is the reason why a lot of bodybuilders don't back squat, because it makes their waist so thick. But if you look at like Mariusz Pudzianowski, right? Google him up, strongman Mariusz Pudzianowski. He's really fucking lean. He's really lean, or at least when he was competing. But his waist was like gigantic. It was like a big barrel. So a lot of guys will say that, strongmen and powerlifters are fat. Well, I tell you what, strongmen and powerlifters who have lean body fat, who are lean, they have very low body fat, still have very big waists. And it's not because they're fat asses and they have poor diets. It's because there's a shitload of thick muscle in there. And they're doing lots of compound functional exercises like flipping tires, lifting stones, a lot of the shit you see me doing. That's why I don't have one of those tiny little waists like some of the pretty boys, right? Plus I like food. But even when I get lean, I've got big chunky muscles and a thick waist because I'm doing a lot of heavy functional exercises. Now, most of you don't have access to kegs and stones and tires and yokes. Oh my God, yoke. If you've ever seen, there's my yoke right there. Boom, that thing, that big black thing. I carry that on my back. Oh, that one really, like, the waist will, all the muscles that stabilize your core, all your core stabilizers are highly activated when you have that on your back, because it's like a back squat, but you're walking with it. Might give you some ideas for exercises to do. I tell you what, like the axial loading coupled with lunges, so like back lunges, barbell back hold, like you're gonna do back squats, lunges, very similar to what you'd experience with the yoke because of all the stabilization in that unstable unilateral positioning are gonna support the stimulation and the growth of your waist. So that's it, my friend. Include back squats in your routine if you're not doing it yet. Progress from back squats to walking lunges with the barbell on your shoulders, and recognize that there are thick ass muscles in there, namely your external oblique and your rectus abdominis, which I talk very rarely about because most people are dysfunctional in their deep abdominal wall. But a guy with a tiny waist like yours it probably has a very functional deep abdominal area, your transversus abdominis and the internal obliques, and can benefit from stimulating those bigger, thicker outer muscles. Good luck. Yo, Elliot.